Okay. Oh dear. Oh, that's funny.
Where's Noodle? Noodle? Maggie! Noodle, come on. Maggie! Are you upstairs?
Probably. Probably upstairs.
Come on, Noodle. Noodle. Oh my god, why is the password that long?
Here's the
Come on,
Moodle.
Here's my Noodle. Come on. Here's my Noodle. Come play with me. Oh god, on my back. Alright. Okay, that's one thing that is not the same. Mona would never step on my back. No, she's a lot more polite. Okay. Alright, now you gotta lay down. No ears. Lay down. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl.
She will cry for attention.
Good girl. You lay right there. And just suck it. Oh. That's what my mother said. Oh. Oh. I wish I could call Mona and show her when I'm wet. She'd be so jealous. She'd be so jealous. Okay, alright, so look at these, Amy. What I was looking at. Alright, let me show you mom. Let me show her. Wait. So, I was thinking.
Oh, she heard me calling her name on the my face.
So, look at this.
Yeah, I saw those moms getting them, and she's gonna blow them up.
Oh,
With
she's
Sophie
okay.
and Dylan.
Okay. Alright, so, that's what I was thinking about. Okay, thank goodness I didn't order them. Okay, so then my other thing was, there's these.
Yeah. Oh wow.
They're owls, and then you like could then that you hang your
cards from them.
card
That's
from
cute.
them. So there's those, but that picture is
Is
like
that
the
your
worst
chicken?
picture of those balloons. It's also like not. They just we're not doing anything with them or whatever.
Your chicken.
But where's the other thing? Oh, and then so I was looking at beakers, and so I was thinking, how many people are we gonna have?
Like 5.
So for you, for sure, you, me, and Lourdes. Then who else?
Jaden, Dustin, Jen, and Michaela. And Kyle. So.
And Tyler.
And Tyler. And Mom. Mom of Bristol.
So that's 11, not 5.
Yeah. And then Dylan, Dalton, Cynthia, and Liberty probably.
You already said Dylan.
Dalton.
So that's 12. Cynthia, Dalton. So that's actually 14.
Oh, sweet.
That's not 5 people. So.
Shush.
Okay, so I was looking at these little test tube things.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to do like shots.
Oh yeah.
We could do shots in the little test tubes, and they're very, very small because I don't like big shots. Like I can't do. I will throw up.
Right.
So like we could, but we don't have to do like. We can do like. Do you like screwdrivers, like orange juice? Or well, like we could do a wine that you like. Which?
I don't drink alcohol because I'm allergic.
Which you really shouldn't. That's one thing that we of course like kept talking about. Like we should not.
Yeah.
You or me. But so I was looking at those, and then there's these beakers. I have to figure out. That's what I was gonna ask my dad. Your dad probably knows how to make it too. But there's a way to make like fog without getting like dry ice. So you can make fog with like salt and something else, and it like looks like smoke.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they put in those fog machines to make them.
That's cool.
But what I was gonna do was do food coloring And then so then I was gonna do food coloring with these, like, and these, those ones, be like to make it look. This is the best idea of what you can. These things, and then you put food coloring and water or like some sort of drink or something in them with like different colors to make them look like potions.
Yeah.
Like
That'd be really cute.
like,
Everybody would really like that. Different beakers full of
yeah, with different
drinks.
colors and stuff. Like if you look at these two ones, but I was gonna get you glass ones. Like there's these little like circular ones that you could like put like afterwards. You could put like sand in them and make like decorations or
Yeah.
something.
I've
Like
got
that.
lots of bottles.
Or we could probably use one of those heart ones as like one of like the love potion. We
Yeah.
could like put like.
If it opens. I'm not
Well,
sure
no,
if
we
they
don't have to
open.
put anything in it, but we could put if you have any like paper that looks like parchment paper, and then we could write what the I'd have to look it up what the love potion was called, like the actual love potion.
Yeah.
But we
What
could,
is
like,
it called?
We could put it on there, and then get these other ones, and then I was thinking about possibly a cauldron, but a cauldron for like punch.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we did like whatever the punch is that you put like sherbet in. Did you ever have that as a kid?
Not a huge fan of sherbet, but other people might be.
No, well, so it's like this one. My aunt used to make it, Amy. I thought I would hate it because it looks gross, but it tastes amazing. Because, oh wait. This should be so much like hop though. I don't know if it has hop in it. Is it really called Presbyterian punch? Is that really what it's called? Oh, it says it right. She says it right there in the lady that's telling me how to make it. Don't ask me how these recipes get their names.
Yeah.
But my southern grandma would talk about the Presbyterian punch. So this is what it looks like, so gross. Like that looks disgusting.
Oh yeah, awful.
But
It tastes so good.
tastes amazing. And then, so then I was thinking about that but putting it in like a cauldron. And so then it would look like like one of the potions. And it's light, pretty looking, not like, well, it doesn't end up looking pretty looking, but it looks actually really, really fun. But it tastes so great. I don't know why. And then what was the last thing that I wanted to do? I was thinking about, like, looking up, Harry Potter, like party games that we could do.
We tried to do party games at the cabin. It wasn't great.
You have to have somebody that actually knows how to do party games, like, and make them fun, and not be, like, awkward.
Yeah, we're drinking and we're throwing rings at witch hats is what we did for the other party.
Well, we need to do something, like, funny, like, have you seen the hot dog bottle? I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. It's the hot dog bottle challenge.
What does that mean?
Just let me describe it for you, because that one is That's funny. Oh, what's your Wi-Fi?
It is Orbi.
Oh wait, should you be streaming while you're telling me?
Oh. Right.
Yeah. Let me just let me just see your phone.
Yeah.
And go to your. Oh, I'm gonna need you to unlock the Wi-Fi.
Oh, duh.
Unlock your phone.
Locks it, hands it to you. Good luck.
Does it stay the same? Oh, it stayed the same. Never mind. It
doesn't change.
I just remember when we were younger and your dad and Manny would like change the password for the Wi-Fi like every
So
week.
annoying.
And then they're looking at the back of the modem to find out the password. And they would be something so long and obnoxious and just like, where did you even come up with that? I don't know, don't tell your friends.
Yeah. Why, how did you come up with the password again, Dad? You know?
Okay, oh man. Just don't share it with everybody. And you had have to ask them, like, if it was okay if you gave the password to me or something. And what do you need it for? Why does it matter what I need it for? Can I just use your Wi-Fi?
Right. It's so funny because I can hear us talking on my stream like a few seconds after we're talking.
I hate my voice so much.
I love your voice.
Oh.
And I also like the click-clack of the keyboard.
When I hear my voice, when I texted you that big long message, and then when I sent you the voice message of it,
Yeah.
and then I went back and started trying to read, because you can read the voice messages,
Mm-hmm.
which I did not know that you could.
Surprise!
And I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I sound like? That's rough.
That's rough, buddy.
Who? No wonder nobody can follow my like stories. They make absolutely no sense. No sense at all.
None. But that's okay. Oh my god, you would not believe how many times I've used the word smiled. I was listening to my book last night. It's like, this person smiled, this person smiled, this person smiled. And I'm like, if one more person smiles,
They shouldn't smile. They should be scorning.
instead of grimacing or
Well,
thinking or whatever.
so what the scorn? What's the other face that they describe in those books? Facial.
Scornfully.
Yes, or so every time a book describes cut their hand through the air,
Yeah.
that's what I think. I think like ha, and it's not like this or
Waved their hand.
Yeah.
No, cut.
And I think like they're like going like extending their whole. I just envision the character going like this, and then I'm like, that's not right. That's definitely not what that character did. Like, that's not.
She didn't
correct.
just level a whole playing field with her hand.
No, that's not what they did. No.
Also, if you can think of something you want to do, we can do that. Like, we don't have to just sit here and chill.
Oh, I like the snow.
Yeah, I know.
But I had ideas. I was like, we should do this. No, I can't remember what it was. I'm going down the rabbit hole of trying to find the hot dog videos. Oh, I found them. them.
Okay.
Okay, so the point is to...
Oh my god.
You're tired?
I walked out to the back of the jeans and they tried to put it in the cup.
Yes, you have to squat down.
I fart.
Yes! Well, so, and this, so you had this one, and then there was something else that the girls all did. They did this one. Like, so that one, and then there was another, like, party game that was so stupid like that. That's like, oh, I don't know, I'll have to find it. But it's like dumb party games. Like, instead of playing beer pong or something.
Oh, I hate beer pong.
I do too. Oh, here's some more. The wiener. I'll just send it to you over TikTok.
Okay.
These ones are funny and like they're not something that like you have to get like cash or anything to do them or whatever. Like.
Oh wow, I cannot spell medieval. I couldn't spell thinking, something, or medieval. I was having trouble. I couldn't spell thinking, something, medieval. I was having trouble. Yeah, translate that shit, because that is not... Okay. It's M-E-D-I-E-V-A-L. Okay. Just in case anybody needed to know how to spell medieval.
That's what...
M-E-D-I-E-V-A-L.
That's what text-to-talk is for.
I don't have text-to-talk. I'm typing.
Well, no, that's why you use your phone. And just, like, open notes and say medieval. And then...
Medieval.
It will tell you how to spell it.
I love this keyboard. It's just click, 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 like a typewriter. And I'm like, in the zone.
I can't type that well.
I was really good at computers when we still had computer classes. I was really good at the typing fast.
I was so bad. I like typed with just like clack, clack, clack. And then, because you're at that point in Springboro, there would be a clock in your screen and you have to type so many words in
that, yeah.
So in so many minutes or whatever. And I failed epically at that. It was in 7th grade.
Ugh,
Like,
7th grading you couldn't type. I could type in 4th grade.
Well, remember, at my dad's house, we did not have, my dad's house, we didn't have a computer
Fair enough.
We also did not have internet.
Well, my dad has always worked with computers,
Right.
so we
Yes.
always had a computer. We played Freddy Fish and Pajama Sam, and it was great. I still play Freddy Fish and Pajama Sam on my phone sometimes when I'm bored. I'm like, Pajama
Actually,
Sam,
I
let's
have,
go on an adventure.
Putt-Putt.
Putt-Putt. Yep, I have
actually
Putt-Putt
made-
on my
I
phone
let-
too.
I made Chris let me buy it. The old version that he goes to the circus.
There's one where he goes to the circus?
Yes, that was my favorite one.
I like Putt-Putt Enters the Raid and Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo.
No,
Putt-Putt
goes to
saves the
circus.
zoo.
The circus.
Putt-Putt Saves the Zoo.
I also found, because I played it so much, that I found like shortcuts and stuff as a kid. Like I
Look at
found
this
out.
pathetic chair. It needs to have its armrests, but the screws were too short. But it's okay, my fat butt can fit in the chair without
You
the...
just need something that will extend let the arms like come out. Like you need to put like an eye screw or something, like a bigger bolt, like, and then attach it to that. See, I'm so crafty that I would be doing things out.
I'm crafty when it comes to arts and crafts, but I'm not crafty when it comes to fixing things.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
that's
no.
what I'm good at. Well, actually, no, I'm good at arts and crafty stuff. Maybe we could go to.
Wouldn't it be fun? Okay, this is fun for me. If we went to Hobby Lobby and we all picked a craft to do together.
That's what I was just thinking. Like, what would you want to like go? Like, okay, so not Hobby Lobby, Home Depot. We went to Home Depot.
Home Depot again?
If we went to Home Depot and we got their dowel sticks, and they're just like they're like the thickness of my finger. They're dowel sticks, or maybe like ones that are a little bit.
I took wood shop.
What if would you want to like whittle your own wand?
That's.
And then
I'd be
paint
too
it?
I'd be too upset if it got messed up.
There's like there's like I mean I could like whittle and then like you could paint it.
Yeah, I like the one with the spiraling lines.
That one would be a lot harder.
Yeah.
But if you have a do you have a glue stick, like
Glue
a hot
gun?
glue gun?
Maybe. I know I've got plenty of like Elmer's glue back here,
No,
which
you
I
have
know
a
would
hot
not
glue
work.
gun. You'd have
It needs to be a hot glue gun because I know what you're thinking.
Yes. So it'd have to be a hot glue gun, which those are really cheap at the dollar store.
Yeah, they are.
We could get paint at the dollar store too for like $1. And we could make, or we could remake the wands, and everybody could like paint a wand. Like if we made like all. Ooh, what we could do. That's what I was gonna. The hat.
You want to make the sorting hat?
Yeah, like, well, we could, I don't know about making the sorting hat because that is.
Let's just go to Barnes and Noble. Like, why would we?
You could order, I could order the sorting hat, and then if we put, you and I could, put everybody's name, on a little piece of paper, and that would, tell them which wand would be theirs, and then they had to paint the wand that,
That would be
we
cute.
chose for them. But we'd have to go and get the dowel sticks, and all it is you just need, a utility knife.
Yeah.
Because I made one wand before, and it was actually kind of cool. And I used my wood burning tool, my soldering iron, to burn things into it. I had a little wood Dremel too. At my house. I have all of that stuff at my house. So I was just looking at what I wanted to make was butterbeer.
Yes.
I wanted to look up the recipe for butterbeer.
That sounds so good. It's like a butterscotch
Yes.
creamy drink.
Well, you can get them at, they make them at Starbucks.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Well, I would like to make a whole pitcher of it. So, like, why can't we just get the recipe?
Yeah, I can look at, hang on, I actually have
Don't you love my painting?
the cat one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it cute? I love it. I saw it at Home Goods and I was like, that's mine. You're coming home with me. You're coming home with me.
So it's a cold butterbeer frappuccino.
Ooh.
Look, I'll send you
But does it have coffee in it?
yes, this one does have coffee in it, but I can send it to you so then you can order that at,
I don't like coffee.
it doesn't taste like coffee. It does not taste like coffee. Okay, so let's see.
I just won't put coffee in mine.
Look, it's soda. Butterbeer is made with simple brown sugar, a butter syrup, and butter syrup gets topped with cream soda and a dollop of cream at the top. That's what it is.
But I don't like soda. How are we gonna do this?
That's what it's made of.
I know.
That's how you make it. But what you can do is the part of the soda that you don't like is the fizziness, right?
Yeah.
So you could make it flat.
Fair enough.
So like it would taste the same, it would just be no bubbles. So if this is all it is. It's literally like cream soda, Smucker's butterscotch flavored topping, heavy whipping cream and sugar. Or well, heavy whipping cream, and then not sugar. It's the whipped cream on the top. So if we did that, then for your cup, you would just have to take like the soda and like shake it in like a bottle for like a couple times, and then it would be flat.
Put it in a cup. Shake it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, shake it in the cup. Yeah, wah, wah. Let me see that one, but let's see. I keep looking for something. So, what's another Harry Potter one? Oh look, this lady did a 30th Harry Potter. Oh, that's a good one.
Someone actually was watching my stream and said hello. I was
Hi.
like, hi.
Here, I'm gonna send you this one. So we gotta get the Birdie's flavor, the
Birdie's every flavor bean.
the beans, and then you gotta pick them up with chopsticks and put them in a cup.
Okay.
I'll send it with you. I'll send it to you.
Ooh, that was my chair.
And whoever wins first, I guess. I'm not good with chopsticks, so whoever's the best with chopsticks would win. Find the most pixies. That's for an outdoor game.
It's November.
That looks very green there.
There we go. Same, I need to plug it in. It's 21%.
I just wanted to but I was watching the movies on the whole time on the plane.
Oh, yeah.
Can't plug it in.
54,735 words is where I'm at. Traditionally, NaNoWriMo is where you just write a novel that's 50,000 words. So I can't participate this year because I'm working on the same novel I was working on last year. But whatever.
So what parts are you like stuck on? 'Cause you were stuck.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me about like pick one part that you're stuck.
So I'm stuck with the putting together the scenes. You know, like the in-between stuff that happens between the good scenes that I've written. I'm stuck on doing, oh, what do they talk about in between? I feel like it's just a lot of talking. Like,
books are a lot of talking.
I know,
Well,
but
so pick one scene that.
yeah, I'm working on a part right now that's.
So, what is the scene?
The scene is. Let me see. So they're talking about books, obviously, and because the two main characters work together, and so they stop to have lunch, and they're talking about books, and they can go into books, you know. So he's like, "What kind of books do you want to go into?" And she's like, "I want adventure, I want danger," but she's agoraphobic, so it's like, you want adventure and danger, go try to get a job somewhere other than where you live. You want danger? Go to a local Barnes and Noble and try to get a job there.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know, she gives him a withering look, and she's like, you know what I mean. And so she's explaining to him, she kind of lets it slip that she likes him. She's like, I'm living in a contemporary novel right now. I'm in a contemporary romance. I have a quirky place to live. I have a quirky job. I've got the cute man in my life. You know?
Oh.
And he's like, oh? So I guess I'm just writing the dialogue for that right now, and it just feels so dialogue heavy and plain. Oh, I mean, like, I can fix this in my second draft, but right now it's like, how's your food? Fine, how's yours? It's good. Are we really going to talk about food? What would you like to talk about?
Yeah, that sounds like, instead of like maybe dialogue, like description of like, she looks at her food. Or
Yeah.
she's looking at his food, and like then just like description of like what his food looks like, and then like maybe like a description of what is it supposed to be.
It's supposed to be them falling in love.
Right, but like the perspective. So like
Oh.
Are you talking in first, second, third?
It's like, let me find a passage that makes sense.
Because it sounds like, yeah, that does sound
They
like
decided to take a break when Alex had yawned for the 5th time. They got some food and rested in a corner with beanbag chairs. Alex didn't feel like reading. She was tired from checking on Daniel and working all day. She'd have to save Heartless for later when she was up to the task.
So then it goes into dialogue?
Yeah, so, Daniel said between chews, how many books have you gone into? Yeah. A fair few. Alex looked down at her sandwich. What, like 45 books? 70? You know, it's just them talking, and it's like, I want to develop the relationship, and you do that by talking.
Right.
But it needs to be more interesting.
Yeah, that does sound kind of boring.
It's so boring. But then she starts saying, like...
So what is gonna happen? What happens after this scene?
After this scene, they go into a fantasy book where they fight a dragon.
So maybe you just need to cut like that dialogue sounds like kind of.
It's really unnecessary, but
Yes.
I mean, I'm trying to get them to get to know each other.
Well, a lot of these books like that I have been reading, they get to know each other with like.
Training exercises and stuff.
Well, no, like even in the 9th house, like she gets to know. What's the guy's name in your book?
Daniel,
And the girl's name?
Alex.
The girl's book in the 9th house is Alexander. Well, she says Alex, but her name is Galaxy. And the guy's last name is Darlington.
What?
That's his last name, is Darlington.
What's his first name?
I don't know.
Daniel.
But it's something like that. And like,
I didn't want to make him his name David because that's too close to the other story that I have, which is a gay couple, Jim and David. So I'm like, I was gonna make his name David, but then I was like, I like Daniel just as much.
so like, I think maybe maybe like, so where are they sitting? Are they sitting in somewhere that's more? It's in the bookshop.
It's in the bookshop
So
because
it's
she
not
can't leave because she's agoraphobic.
So maybe like saying something about Daniel looking on the shelves, and maybe like he can see like misplaced, like maybe books that are not like supposed to be like in that spot, or like look moved, and like saying something about like, do you read like a lot of these, like, or, and then she's just, if she, or you know, she's being like, not, yeah, and like something like brushes it off. Is that?
Yeah, I've read a fair few. How
Yeah.
many?
So, and then he maybe sees like can see that like she somehow like he can infer that she has read instead of the dialogue, like
Yeah.
description of like what's going on, versus, because that's what it seems like in these books, is that like it's like a roundabout way of getting to know each other, that they get to know each other. It's not really a lot of talking. It really is a lot of like they just find these things out about each other.
Yeah, most of my scenes aren't this boring. It's just
So
this
it's just
filler.
This scene.
Yeah, it's just this filler. Because, like, later, Daniel turned and walked up the curving staircase. He ran into Alex on the third floor, just as Desmond said he would. He watched her as she picked up books and scanned them. She was wearing a dark green wool dress with black stockings and black flat shoes. Her hair was in a long ponytail pulled back from her face. She had no jewelry, save for the little band around her index finger. "Hey," he called out and waved. Alex swerved her head to look at him. "Daniel, good morning." He felt a little leap in his chest. Her smile was so bright and cheery today. "What can I do to help?"
It's a long description. That's what I think. It feels like wordy because I think it is.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, you want to paint that picture of her exact descriptions, but at the same time, what do almost every author, they give you, like, main details of, like, what the appearance is like. Instead of saying somebody is black, they say
dark
skinned. Or instead of, like, when they, like, your hair, like, is curly, but it's like ringlets or whatever. They wouldn't say ringlets, or they'd say like either
Loose curls.
tight curls. Like, they condense it down instead of saying she had red hair parted down the middle that fell over her shoulders and almost reached the waistband of her pants or something. Like, that's like a very long...
I mean, this is on page 73. This isn't like an introduction, like,
No,
she had size 7s and she...
Right, so I feel like maybe that's what it's... That's why it feels wordy, is like it needs to be... So read it one more time for me, that time.
Okay.
Read the conversation first, so go to that one that they were talking and it sounded
Boring.
boring.
It's a lot of talking.
If you feel like it's a lot of talking, then it probably
Readers
is.
will feel like it's a lot of talking.
Feels like it's a lot of talking. But it's condensing the words in the right way to still get that same conversation, but just in less verbiage. It's like a run-on sentence that doesn't feel like a run-on sentence when you're thinking of it, but then when somebody else reads it, it's like, and you're not breathing. You're like, and they said this. Like, that's how my mom would always feel when she read my essays.
So, like, while he's asking her questions, there's this part where it says, why was he being so inquisitive? Why was he interested in her reading history? Was he just being nice? That wasn't the Lane she knew at all. But then again, she didn't really know him all that well, she considered. Maybe he was just warming up to her after what she liked to refer to as the incident.
See, that sounds fine. But him asking her about the books So
I know, but it's supposed to be like a book lover's book. So it's like a lot of talk about books. I don't know. Maybe I'll just email you my manuscript at some point and have you read it.
oh god,
No.
I'd be like too overwhelmed. I need this. This is where I need to like. So it's up more, right? You're
Yeah.
up. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so more up.
Yeah.
But
It's,
that covered that one that you said. So how?
they just had to take a break, so that's where the
This one.
dialogue starts.
So maybe. I think maybe you need to describe the looked.
You want me to describe a sandwich?
No. Like it's like saying that she looked first. Like she was looking like. It sounds like it's like two. That feels like two back to back. I don't know. Like how many books have you gone into? And then-
Alex looked down at her sandwich. A fair few.
Yes, that sounds better. That sounds a lot better. As you read it.
Oops.
Ah!
All I wanted to do was delete that space.
There. Yes. So Daniel looked between shoes.
How many books have you gone into?
Alex looked down at her sandwich and shrugged.
And
And shrugged. That's what you're needing is more
A
description.
shrug.
And more description of their surroundings or them to space out the dialogue. That's what it is. See, this is why. Yes. And shrugged. Was there comma in between that shrug?
No.
And looked down at her sandwich, comma. And shrugged.
I just don't want to overuse commas because I'm a comma whore.
Oh, I am. Oh, I know too.
I am a comma whore. I love commas and I love ellipses.
And shrugged. Phew. What's that? Oh no, so probably instead of what's that, just take that out. Like,
Okay.
like, I feel like you need to emphasize like the pause in the comma. Like
Okay.
40. So, like, then maybe a description. He looked up at the ceiling for the right number. Right number, like, of books?
Yeah.
How does he know that there's 45 books up there?
No, not at the ceiling. He's looking. He's like. So they're sitting there. He's eating, and he said, "Oh, a fair few." Like he looks up at the ceiling. 45, 70. Like, does that make sense?
He looked up.
He looked up at the ceiling.
Yes. Yeah. Like, he looked up at the ceiling. 45 books?
He looked back down. 70.
Or maybe he looked at his. He glanced. Or he looked at he's eating his sandwich, right? Something like that. I feel like that's still that sentence is like 45 books.
I don't have to add the 70. I can just say.
Let's see. It looked like 45 books. That still feels weird. Like that's where I would put like I know this is not probably proper like writing etiquette, but I would put like and then ... But I don't think you can do that.
No,
you can't do that. So how would a
That's what the pause is.
Yeah.
He looked up at the ceiling.
like you looked up at the ceiling?
And paused. No, I'm not going to add that, but that's the pause.
Yeah, and looked up at the ceiling.
Oh, instead of glanced at his food, he could clear his throat. Or if he doesn't look up at the ceiling, looks at his food, then clears his throat. Because when you're eating food and you always get something stuck in your throat when you're like he looked at his food, or maybe took a, I don't know, something like that, where, because you're wanting to incorporate the fact that they're still eating food, and he's wanting to make this not feel an uncomfortable situation, you know. Or he glanced at his food. Because I feel like look back down at his food is like wrong. He glanced at his food. What does that stuff look like? A lot of deleting and typing. He glanced at his food. That looks
That's
better.
why we're here.
Yes. He glanced at his food. 45 bucks? You can guess. I don't need an exact number.
Yeah.
Like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
a lot
good.
better.
That sounds a lot better. So, Daniel said between choose. How many books have you gotten into? Alex looked down at her sandwich. Few. Fair few. Like, he glanced at his food. 45 books? You can guess. I don't need an exact number. Like that. Like that. Like, oh, like, well, okay, so he cleared his throat. I feel like maybe like adding that like
Shrug.
Shrug. Well, you already said shrugged up here.
Well,
but
she
like,
shrugged, yeah.
Like, not a sidelong look, because that's like,
A sidelong glance. Yeah.
like more like a quick, you know, and you already said glance. So what's another word
Glanced,
for like,
looked, shrugged.
like, it's like a quick, like eyes flitted,
Flitted.
like a flit.
Flitting is like,
Oh, I would think like that, like when you're nervous, you're kind of like, yeah, you know, and it seems like they're not,
we'll just put this as a placeholder.
yeah, and like quick look. Well, no, that looks like maybe the glance would probably be a better word for it, but you had said that.
Yeah.
But okay, but that looks and sounds, yeah. Maybe peered at his food.
Peered? I'm gonna peer.
Oh God, this is so uncomfortable.
Food.
Well, just more like,
Yeah, this is uncomfortable.
this is all uncomfortable.
I don't need an exact number. I have been going into books since I was a kid, so if you count all the books I've read normally, plus the books I went into since I was a little kid all the way up to now, hundreds. She stared into the distance as she thought. A couple hundred at least.
Not like staring in the distance, nodding, not like staring, nodding and shrugging. Like that's like the
Nodding as she thought. A couple hundred at least.
yeah.
Wow. Daniel just thought for a moment.
Wow. So that how I would read it is wow as out loud, and then oh wait, he said that in his head. That would be, but I'm also very dyslexic, so.
You can't. You're dyslexic against not parentheses against
So, this would probably be if thoughts are usually in italics, aren't they?
Yeah.
Not in quotes.
Right.
So if this is his thought,
It's not his thought. He says it. He says, "Wow."
oh, and then he
Then
thought,
he thought for a moment.
and Daniel just thought.
Daniel thought. We can just take the just out. Daniel
Well,
thought for a moment.
Oh, it's also. It's how it's put on the page. So like in a lot of dialogue, if they're saying something and then they are thinking something else, it's like a paragraph down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because that does make it read differently, dialogue wise. Like especially, I mean, in your just reference. Just look at one of, like,
One of my many books.
I mean, Fourth Wing,
Of course.
like a pedestal I can sit on, so I'm on my knees.
Just grab another chair from the dining room. She's my best friend. We're just editing now. I guess we're editing.
So,
Is this the bell one?
that
Better not be.
doesn't matter. I just picked one. If I break the chair, then we know. That's what I'll get you for your birthday. Okay, so. Hers is a lot of dialogue too, but she adds in, like, look at this. This is all one, like, description.
And this is where she thinks.
Oh shit. Yeah. So, like here. So, that's, I'll grab your stuff and meet you there. It's under your blanket, right? That's whoever is saying that. And then that's somebody else saying it.
Yeah.
So that's Violet. Then that's, her friend's name. Not Dane. It's the other. It's the girl. What's
Yeah. I don't know.
the girl's name? I've actually never looked at this book. I've only ever listened to it. So, or here, like, tell me. I need to know if I'm reading into the situation. That's her thought,
Yeah.
and then that's him saying. Like, and she's like describing, and this is also looking through Violet's eyes. So that's first person, right? It's first person is when you're listening
And
to
you say I and me.
yes,
I.
yes. Second
So this is
person.
second person.
So second person is, well, third person is that you hear from, like, they sat down.
I'm not 100% sure.
So when you said Daniel thought for a moment, that would be third, I think, because you can. That you're just. I think I'm not 100% sure.
Correct us if we're wrong. but-
Because it does make a difference. Because if you want to make sure if you're writing this in first or second or third, you want to keep it consistent throughout the book.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, third person, you do get the thoughts of everybody in the book, but when you're describing, like, the main character, it doesn't, like I think that's what this is like you're looking down at the scene instead of, like, thinking, like, with her, like, or does that happen throughout the book? Where you
Sometimes you think with her, like, oh shit. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Yeah.
but it's not her, like, out of her only her perspective the whole time.
No.
So I think that's third person. So, like, in that,
They may have me change the whole perspective when I do the editing, but
so with that, like, I think saying wow, and then he thought for a moment, but I think that would be, like, making sure that, or take out the wow at all, because it makes it sound like he is saying, or he's thinking wow, or he said it wow, and then now this is a thought. Does that make sense? Like, Daniel thought for a moment, then said, because you have to make sure that your speed's, like, this isn't actually, like, they don't misconstrue this as, like, that is a thought. Or when you read it, like, Daniel thought for a moment. So, did you read this? Yeah, then asked. Yeah, then asked. I don't think you need that. Yeah. Actually, I don't think, do you even need the comma in there? See, this is why reading books makes a big difference versus listening to them. Because I'm just listening to the person read it, and they're reading and making pauses and the right pauses for the commas and the right
Yeah.
breaths and everything. But when you read it, Daniel thought for a moment, then asked, so did you read the books here for school reading, or did you have normal copies from school? So is he asking about,
Oops.
did you read the books here? Did you read the books here for school reading? So
Or did
is,
you have normal copies? I'm just going to delete this whole sentence. Did you get the books from the store for school reading?
like, are you asking like if she bought?
I'm
the
asking if she
books?
went into the books for school reading. Like, what book did you read in 7th grade?
Let's say Mice and Men. I don't know.
Yeah, Mice and Men. That's what I put down. So,
Oh. That's funny. That's the one
so it
thing
was
that I
like,
know.
did
Or
you
Charlotte's
go
Web.
into the story, or did you just read a normal copy?
So maybe that's more of like, and he's asking about like if she got books from school. Like, if they assigned you a book at school, did you go into those copies too?
You can.
But is that what he's asking?
Yeah. Well, no, he's asking, did you read a book from, like, did you read the copy from the store, or did you read the normal school copy? Because a normal school copy would be just like this.
Yes. So hang on, I need context. I'm kind of confused. It's still. So.
Just take out reads for school reads.
So he's asking, did she go into these books? I'm just confused. So did she go into the stories in the bookshop to help with school, like figuring like history out or whatever? Okay. So did you go into? I think that needs to be like a longer. Cause like, did you go into the story for school, or did you read the regular copy? At like.
Doesn't make sense.
No.
No context.
Yeah, like you need like. So did you read the textbooks from school?
Or did you read them from here?
Did you read the normal textbooks from school, or did you get them here? And it's something about like get them here and learn history from those, or something like that. I don't know. This is where your knowledge of. Like, all I can think about is the Magic Tree House. Like, learning history through that. So did you get your textbooks from school? Here. So did you get your textbooks from school or from here? I don't think you need to, like, that sentence itself. So did you get your textbooks from school or here? Because he knows what she can do.
Right, but you needed context.
But that, I think that, the way that you put that, with, versus me, like, what? Like,
Bringo bird.
I don't understand. So did you get your textbooks from school or from here? And then his thought, because she knows, so his thought is like the quiet thought, like he thinking like, oh yeah, like, but I'm sure that would have made a big difference, like if he just asked the question, so did you get your textbooks from school or from here? I know.
You're good.
Then his thought would be like, oh, or maybe say like that would have saved, like for like him reflecting on himself, like that would have saved
Me so much money or time or
that
whatever.
would have saved me so much, like strife or like something about how like just the time of textbooks are so boring. Reading a textbook about like history or finance or whatever it is, reading it on this page is so boring versus going in and seeing it in person and like interacting.
Mm-hmm.
So like, but I feel like no, I'm not gonna say that. Just so, did you get your textbooks from school or like here? Well, I don't know. Maybe you need to. I don't think you should put too much likes in there because then it sounds. But like, oh, maybe italics here. Like, or like for emphasis, like this place, because like what does that look like? You put in my. So did you get your textbooks from school or from here? Yeah, like that looks good. And then she's just like, both, you know, when you read my submit, I read the regular copy more. I went into the store's copy. A lot of kids were store's copies are scarce.
I don't need to add this sentence. This sentence does nothing.
A lot of kids are reading it, and the store's copies are scarce. You should put it different ways than that. What's another? You know what we did read? Animal Farm.
I've never read Animal Farm.
You didn't have to read Animal Farm? Because it's all about like politics and government and everything. Can you imagine her going into a book and like listening to animals talk about politics and trying and watching them?
She would hate that. This character's based off me.
Okay, so then.
And I hated of Mice and Men.
Yeah, don't do a Mice and Men. So maybe a different one.
That was just the first one that came up in my brain for school.
Same. So another one that we read, The Bell Jar. Did you read The Bell Jar?
No, I've been meaning to read it.
The Bell Jar was very good. What's the other one that we had to read? Oh, I wish I could go back and look at all of the books that we had to read.
Hang on.
Oh, you know what would be good? The Anne Frank's diary.
Oh, the Diary of Anne Frank.
The Diary of Anne Frank.
Hell no.
But that is something that like she would see as like, nah, I'd rather read the book than go visit that version. And instead of like a lot of kids were reading it and the store's copies were scarce, something about like how you would not want to go. I wouldn't want to live. I wouldn't want to like not relive that, but I wouldn't want to
experience that.
Or I was frightened to something. About
Yeah, like that's literally the next part of this.
Is that
Okay, that's cool. Being able to choose what books you go into or just read normally. He ran his tongue over his gums. Do you have any normal books now? Oh yeah, sometimes I order regular copies. Like what? Horror books, thrillers. Sometimes I don't want to live out the gruesome murders or disgusting scenes.
So maybe that the Anne Frank, like saying like, she doesn't even maybe you don't even have to, wrong way. Maybe you don't even have to say anything, like just like say any more. I read the regular copy. Like, so both sometimes we read the Diary of Anne Frank. Period. I read the regular copy instead of the stores. Like, and then she's, and I don't know about, maybe the store copy is because, like, the original diary was like, that was the original diary. Like, I don't know, are the books in the library like the original books, and that's why? Okay. Alright, because that would be crazy. But okay, so instead of the store copy, a lot of kids were reading it. Ah! Oh.
My screen sometimes does that.
Ooh. Okay. So, and then she said, so I'm not used to mouses. Horror book. So she choose what books you want to go into. I feel like, or not, like something about the experience. Like being able to choose what books you want to go, maybe not say into, you want to experience or immerse yourself in, instead of just saying into. Because even though that's what they are doing, it's like a whole experience versus, oh, just go in and walk around. You know, you want to experience versus.
Didn't think you'd be doing this on vacation.
This is fun though.
Yay!
This is something like, would I ever do this by myself at home? No. You know how bad my book would be if I wrote it would turn out like my text.
You're editing it better than I wrote it.
It's just because I am dyslexic and I'm like, I don't understand that. My ADHD
That's
brain.
what I need.
Yes.
I need an ADHD editor.
Yes, I need an ADHD, because then I'm just like, wait, I don't remember what the last line was, but let me read it again. I still don't understand that. It needs to be different. I don't know how it needs to be different, but it needs to be different.
Yeah.
That's all it is that yeah. Well, this is fun because it's not anything to do with horses. It's not anything to do with anything else that I do in my normal life.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Yes, it's great. I want to experience. I feel like, or just read. I feel like read normally. Like, because do we read? Are we reading these things? Or, like, you want to, maybe it needs to, like, read normally. I feel like that just sounds, because I feel like you have.
It does sound weird, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I mean, how do people read? They hallucinate the images in their head that they're reading.
Well, maybe that needs what needs to be. Or just to, instead of.
Ugh, I need a haircut so bad.
I got like 6 inches taken off like months ago.
No, not my hair.
Well, right now it looks like long, but I bet you when it's all curled up, it's like
Yeah, it's
4
like
inches, 5 inches shorter.
it's like this much shorter.
And then if you cut it,
Yeah.
that's why if you go in, just don't like tell them like, nope, you're just cutting just like 2 inches, which would be like actually to my knuckle. So from this is the stupid things that happen in my life that I figure out. So from the edge of my finger to the middle of my knuckle is 2 inches. So
Not bad.
no. So if they took 2 inches off, it would take off just the bottom dead ends. You actually probably could do 3.
It's
Do
like
3
this.
inches. Yeah, and that wouldn't be that much. Just don't have them cut the. Let them leave some of the length up here. Let it grow into the other one, or don't let them have like severe layers.
Yeah.
Because that looks like a severe layer.
It's just my hair having been layered over the years so many times.
No, that looks like a severe layer. Like there to there. Need somebody that knows how to grow or cut curly hair. We need to go to a lady. That's what it is. That's honestly what it is, because they will cut it correctly instead of doing that. That's what it is. Anyway, so, okay, so where am I? This is what happens. Okay. Read a book normally. I feel like,
Sweetheart.
what's another word for, like, so like reading a book normally versus,
He doesn't know the context.
okay, so like instead of listening to it like on Audible and reading it normally, what would be like another phrase for saying like
Reading it normally.
reading it normally instead of listening to it? Like, you want to just read a book normally. I think that's a different phrase for reading it normally. Yeah. How else do you explain it? But that also sounds like a really weird, like,
Just say reading. Why do you have to add normally?
normally. Just to.
You're saying reading.
Read
Why
it.
do you have to? Why do you have to?
Yeah, maybe just read it. Maybe that's just we're overcomplicating
So
it.
I think you're overdoing it.
Yeah. So just put it instead of normally. So being able to choose what books you want to experience, versus
Or just read.
read.
Kevin said he doesn't want to die, so probably not going to go out for
Okay.
late lunch today.
I don't want to. I don't know what it looks like out there.
Well, he just doesn't want to slip on crippled legs and break.
Oh yeah, please no.
Because he's like, I don't care about the roads. He said, I trust you driving. I just don't trust them to salt their sidewalks and me not die.
Yeah. Where did he want to go?
He wanted to take Amy to a restaurant.
Well, what restaurant? Does he know?
Yes.
La 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 la.
He's wanted it to be a surprise for her.
Oh, okay.
Am I done?
Yes.
Is it a restaurant? Is it a restaurant that like would be salted outside? Because we can make sure he doesn't slip.
Yeah,
If
but
he
he's just
If he
he doesn't
doesn't
want
want
to risk it. He doesn't want to make us have to drive through the storm and stuff. So
I don't know what it's there.
it's
But if he doesn't
still
want to,
going. So.
oh, okay. Maybe
He
we
just-
should, but maybe we should go to the grocery though.
Yeah,
Okay.
going to the
Let's do
groceries
that.
5 minutes away.
Oh, is he farther away?
He lives in Castle Rock, so
I don't.
he's
Oh, that's where. Okay, no, that's
he lives out.
down.
Yeah, he lives more south.
Down. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And there's gonna be less road
See you
clearing
later.
going that